we're going to settle the Halloween debate right now. John, the best Halloween candy, in your opinion, is what?
Well, the first thing that came to mind was the large individual Reese's peanut butter cup. For some reason, that's just
where. You took my answer, the one shaped like a pumpkin.
I love it. Gotta love it.
He just wants a friend.
Run!
This way. This way. This way.
Gillian and John, it's great to see you both again. Gillian, we met at Life of the Party, and John, we met at Peppermint. So good to see you all.
Good to see you.
I'm not going to lie. After I saw this movie, I look at my phone. I even look at my TV a lot differently now. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
No, it's just like immediately after I saw I always mute my phone when I'm watching a film. And I turned it back on after I saw this, and I was getting all these alerts. And I'm like, yikes.
Yeah, believe me, making this movie, anytime a light would go off or a screen would turn on, we were all freaked out.
Where did this start for you, this story? Because I know that you made a short film that was called Larry. But where did this, it's so original. I mean, it's so creative, and yet so everybody can relate to this. Where did this start for you?
Yeah, the very beginning genesis of this was honestly the character of Larry. I had created this big monster costume for this haunted house I used to run. It was this big stilts costume. And then when I made the short film, I was like, I got this costume, let's use it. And I got all my friends together in the parking lot, made the short film. And luckily it worked. You know, I was fortunate enough to get to make the movie for Amblin. And really from that point, you know, it was really expanding on the characters, not only of the monster, but really the characters at the center of the horror who are going to be experiencing, you know, Larry's friendship.
Is there a certain adrenaline rush to working on a film that you know is going to scare people?
Yeah, I was just saying to John as well that the way Jacob, the writer-director Jacob Chase, directed the film as well, he would construct these long takes where we had to hit marks precisely and lights had to go on and off. And so you feel that kind of natural adrenaline of wanting to do it perfectly because you know everything has to go right in order for it to work. And so that also I found really energizing and an adrenaline rush when we were shooting it, trying to make Jacob's vision come to life.
John, same question for you, and I'll add to that. What is the scariest thing about this story to you?
You know, I think the scariest thing about the story to me is that it's almost like any great kind of family drama. That's how it begins, with this family in peril, trying to connect, trying to save their family. And if the parents can't stay together, how do they at least, you know, provide for their son who requires a lot of extra care, a lot of extra love and attention? That's scary enough as it is, but then the idea that on top of that you suddenly would have to be faced with this, you know, perspective bending otherworldly being that suddenly comes in to your reality, you know, and to be kind of rocked to your foundation. I think that's why it's so smart that it starts as a personal story and turns into this supernatural one.
And Gillian, I want to expand on that because in the movie, the actor that plays your son is autistic, and that shines a light on the parenting on that. How important was it for you all to get that part right?
Yeah, I think that Jacob, the writer-director, took a lot of care with how he wrote the script and how he filmed it. And so I was really grateful to him for his guidance throughout this film. And I thought that, you know, Jacob did an incredible job.
Where did the name Larry come from? Was it based on a friend of yours? I mean, I was like, where did he come up with Larry?
Yeah, I mean, look, a bunch of my favorite horror movies growing up, you know, had a Freddy and a Jason and a Michael, like names that aren't inherently terrifying, but now are synonymous with these like scary people. And so for me, I think there was something similar to me, that this character, it wasn't about his name being scary, because he himself isn't he's not someone that's trying to terrify you. He is terrifying you. Don't get me wrong. But for him, he wants a friend, and he is trying desperately, by all means necessary, to try to get that friend. So it turns out to be scary. But for him, I didn't see him as somebody that would have some terrifying name. Larry felt appropriate for this monster that we were creating.
We're gonna have some fun now. John, I'll start with you. Are you a big Halloween fan?
I love Halloween. Yeah.
Okay.
Always have.
Big dress up person?
Less these days. I get great ideas, but then I don't execute.
Gillian, same question for you. Big Halloween fan?
Yes. Well, my grandmother used to make my costumes when I was little. So I always had pretty amazing costumes. She made me a green velvet Tyrannosaurus Rex costume when I was a kid. She made me a vampire bat costume. So I grew up with some pretty incredible homemade costumes.
I was the bag over the head with the eyes cut out and just walk around with a.
That works too. You still get candy.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I still got candy. You mentioned you ran a haunted house, so I would imagine that you are a big Halloween fan. So did you dress up as a kid? Do you still dress up? What were some of your favorite dress ups for Halloween?
I mean, I've always dressed up for Halloween from being a little kid when my mom would like hand sew me costumes. I remember I wanted to be Beast from Beauty and the Beast, but specifically the Beast from the musical production of Beauty and the Beast on Broadway. And so she like handcrafted me this costume, and I was actually in Beauty and the Beast at the time. I was Chip, and so I got like the real makeup prosthetics and put them on. So one of my favorite costumes ever was dressing up as the Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
We're going to settle the Halloween debate right now. John, the best Halloween candy, in your opinion, is what?
Well, the first thing that came to mind was the large individual Reese's peanut butter cup. For some reason, that's
You
just
took
where
my answer, the one shaped like a pumpkin.
I love it. Gotta love it.
We're in sync.
Okay. Is that your answer as well, Gillian?
Yep. Seconded.
You know, I've been asking that question and nobody is voting for candy corn. I love candy corn.
Really? You can
I
have
have
all of it.
And it's funny because you say that. My mom can't stand the candy corn. I love it. So there you go.
I feel you. I have a soft spot for the candy corn as well.
I wrote this down. I go, yes, Larry is a monster, but really all he wants is a friend. And is that so bad?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of my favorite villains in movies and literature are villains that you can relate with, right? Like, I know I want friends. Growing up, I really struggled to make friends, and so I relate to that on a very sort of deep level. And so I think it's important that our villains are people we kind of understand, even if we're terrified of them and think they might kill us. At least we understand where they're coming from.
Excellent. Well, my friend, great job with this film. It's so creative, like I said a minute ago, and it just makes us look at technology, a different way. And it's just really creative. You did a really good job with this. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks for your time, and you have a wonderful day and stay safe.
You too.